Fimbulvetr, War of the Great Winter, is a game that combines aspects of both the fighting game and the real-time strategy game genres. Although these two styles of gameplay traditionally cater to different audiences and are most successful on different types of gaming systems, Fimbulvetr combines them into a single hybrid gaming experience. The game focuses on the struggle between groups of anthropomorphic animal characters as they fight each other for survival in the face of an incoming supernatural apocalyptic winter that is washing over the land. The game is intended as a competitive two-player head-to-head game across a network. Players begin by assembling a team of several characters, each of various species. Each species has different properties during both the strategy and fighting portions of the game. There are a number of different species planned, as well as numerous abilities and customizable options for each. Once the game begins, the race is on. Each team must hurry to grab structures scattered across the map, each which provide various bonuses. The resources gathered here are very relevant to the battle segments, granting energy for super moves, additional strength, and the ability to respawn defenders in a pinch. Different species react differently to the various types of terrain. Beavers are experts at water, but it may not be wise to use a cat for the same purpose. Territory also affects unit speed and strength. Territorial creatures like the wolves are at their best when defending their homeland. Stealth units like foxes, on the other hand, love to sneak around uncontested land invisibly. Once two characters from opposing sides come in close proximity, the battle segment begins. This part of the game is a full-on fighting game with all the robustness and expansive movesets that you would expect. Each species has its own moveset and traits, and hopefully a lot of tactical depth to discover. Drawing inspiration from the Super Smash Bros. Series, the game uses extremely simple and intuitive controls, only using a handful of keys and avoiding complicated button inputs. Also similar to Smash Bros., the fights take place in arenas with platforms, adding spatial strategy to the combat. The layout of the battlefields depends on the terrain in which the battle was engaged in from the map. Multiple types of terrains can be combined in various ways to make unique combat situations. Once the battle has ended, the action returns to the map, which has been paused, and the game continues on as the two sides struggle for control over the structures. Characters that have fallen eventually gain the ability to respawn, but only within their own territory, making map control, especially over central areas, crucial to success. Fights are not required to end in defeat for one character. In combat, after a brief delay at the start, it becomes possible to retreat from the fight by running against the edge of the screen for a brief time, or by getting hit against the edge of the screen too rapidly by your opponent. Once back on the map, the retreating character backs off and is ready to go elsewhere, possibly to heal their wounds. Wounded characters are slower, but traveling in groups allows characters to protect their retreating friends and take over in battle as their allies escape. After a bit of time has passed, it won't be long before the titular Fimbulvetr catches up with the two armies. The land will slowly become encased with snow and ice, making travel through these lands difficult and increasing the effort needed to capture structures. Once the winner has passed over captured land, it is possible, but may be impractical, to go back and try to recapture it for yourself. The game continues until the winter fully encases the land, leaving victory to the side with the majority of the protective fortresses that dot the landscape. Will the winning side truly be able to survive such harsh conditions despite their victory, or has their battle all been for naught? That is a question left to the imagination of the players. Fimbulvetr is a game that is under development and has largely been a single-person project by myself, Southpaw Hare, over the course of several years. In its current state, it's very much a work in progress. The art is largely for filler purposes only, and the sound and music are incomplete. It offers network gameplay across the internet, but not very well. It needs improvement. There are a number of species planned, as well as special abilities for them in both combat and across the map, but creating those has been very time-consuming. There's a lot left to do, but I have a vision for this game, and I really want to see it become a reality. I've been seeking to hire artists, specialists, coders, musicians, and others to try to help this project continue and see this dream fulfilled. To do this, though, I need your help, your support. I need to know that there is an interest in this idea of mine, and that others also want to see it become a true reality. Spread the word and help get the news to a bigger audience. If you're interested in participating in the development, well, that might be a possibility as well. So, thank you everyone for taking the time to check out Fimbulvetr, War of the Great Winter. It really means a lot to me.